just want to say you are a pineapple that lost 15 pounds underneath the Costco supermarket back alley. I found 5 cherry dollops of rhinestone intellectuals talking about a myriad of closet hangers and all of these Gwen Stefani's favorite piece of bronchitis rice. You don't know. I took it and I examined it with a special microscope that was inside of a blade of grass. I took it. It's like, what are you observing when you see that is totally made of bricks and multiple synchronized dolls standing on top of Mr. Clean's knee and his favorite plastic siphon. It's hard to grab 20 different animals and arrange them into a synchronized symphony of blasphemy. And that's why I told you, we take all the dirt we can get and we can bring it into our circle and dance to Pee-wee's Playhouse, and that's all you can do, because a day's going to come when you find out that you have a bowl of spaghetti cucumber cotton candy microphones, and you just sort of hang it up and put it on the line, for the next customer of antelopes to just pick it up as being the donkeys that they are, So you just gotta, you give or take, kind of weigh the options, and then see that, really it's just a bunch of gemstones hidden inside, that cake made of sulfur I bought, last Tuesday of next week. You just gotta kind of balance it and sort of take the exam on how to become the next closet hanger, and take I like to take that test exam, that they give at the College of Professional Individuals of Educated Mannerisms. I like to take the test of how to become the next steel pole inside of a piece of wood in the middle of New Jersey's wetlands, because when you dig a hole 5 feet deep, it becomes the middle of desert New Mexico, and I'm like, why the hell am I in Japan right now? It's just so hard to sort of weigh the options of becoming the next John Koister. So John Wayne and Michael Jackson and Freddy Krueger, they're all our favorite ants walking up and down our boulevard number 625, and sometimes there's 372 mice that become butterflies of various different sex and orders, and we have to kind of take a look at it and kind of weigh the options, balance it out, and see that actually it's like you have you can't take Mussolini to a store and buy him some oranges and a pack of candy and expect him to become the next, polar bear in Antarctica, on the south tip of Antarctica. You can't expect, you can't expect multiple men to become, to have only, you can't expect 156 men to have only 5 legs. You can't expect, in the year of 257 BC that, that I shook hands with Steve Jobs and made out with a pole, in the middle of Estonia on top of a pine tree. You can't do it. You try, you think about it, you try to comprehend it, but so there's a point where you kind of look at it and you're like, well, the sun is the moon and the moon's also the sun. So, you got to take a look at those 5 people standing in the middle of the alleyway, in September on the September street, and you got to look at those 5 men and be like, those 2 men just standing there, are those 27 men that are there? You got to kind of look at it that way, and you got to kind of see that in order to improve your own stature and your own stamina, and everything, you gotta at least look yourself in the eyes. I'm not talking with mirrors. Look at yourself in the eyes and tell yourself, I am not myself. I am myself telling myself I'm not myself. I know. I am myself telling myself I'm not myself. So I know I'm laughing, but it's because it's just the realization becomes so just enlivening. It makes you laugh with a bunch of Cheeto dust in your, in the tips of your eyebrows. You don't. I think that if there's multiple swirling ice cream cones, left inside of the under the rocks on longitude 48.27, latitude 47.25, under in the Arizona desert, you just kind of look at it and you're just like, well, you weigh options. You realize, okay, now I'm standing here in the middle of, Afghanistan, and you think, I have wings, and I don't have wings. So, that's